Got a question for you. Can you touch your toes? How flexible are you in your business? That's what we're talking about today. My name is Elise. I'm a YouTube strategist, and I help you craft videos that don't suck so you can stop wasting your time on content that doesn't sell. So let's talk about flexibility in your business. So today, as I was driving my daughter to school, I was thinking about how flexible we are with things. And part of the reason is because I had a chat this morning with a client of mine, and she briefly mentioned that she was having trouble reaching her audience. And it got me thinking about some other clients I've had in the past. And some of you may know this, some of you may not, but I was an e-commerce coach for 6 years before I started working in YouTube. And as an e-commerce coach, I worked with people who were in e-commerce, go figure. And I had one client who did vinyl. She cut out custom vinyl and sold it. And she had a strategy session with me, and we went on to Marmalade, which is a tool for Etsy that helps you find things that are trending. Hi, Christy. So we go on Marmalade and we start doing some keyword research, trying to figure out what she could do to make products that would sell better because she needed to make more money. And as we're going through them and I'm doing some research, and of course, me not being in that industry, I have a different perspective than those of you who are actually in the industry. Hi, Shay. Glad you could join us. And we discovered that there was one particular niche that she was not using, and it was to make vinyl for people's, like crock pots. They're not called crock pots. They're called something else. Whatever that popular one that's not really a crock pot. People want vinyls for those. And I was like, this is something you're not doing. This is something that you could do, and it would generate you sales because people are looking for it. And so I'm going to simplify what we did to figure that out. But basically, we figured out this would be something that would work for her. And her response to me was, I don't want to sell those. And I was like, okay, well, let's see if we can find something else. And so after the end of our call, I talked to her about it, and I understand, it's your business. You do what you want. I give advice that I can back up usually with data and stats, or based on my history and experience with thousands of businesses and seeing the stats behind their brand. I don't just make things up. And she said, I don't want to do it. And I was like, okay, well, that's your decision. If you decide that that's not for you, we can see if we can find something else. But I can tell you that in what you're doing, this is a huge opportunity for you. Ultimately, hi, Christy, she did not end up taking my advice because she had a picture in her mind of what her brand was going to be, of what her business was. And essentially decided that if it wasn't what she had in her mind, she didn't want it. And so to me, flexibility means looking at what people want and adjusting. So in general, with entrepreneurship, I see that people will shift. So the longer you're in entrepreneurship, the more times you've probably shifted. So I was an e-commerce coach. I do strategy sessions for business in general. But now you all know me as a YouTube strategist because I have shifted to what I found actually worked and to what I saw the most positive things in the people I was helping's business. I see people make money on YouTube. That's why I'm a YouTube strategist. I've been a social media manager. I've done e-commerce. I've done the whole gambit, but I've landed here. And most of us, if you ask us for our stories, have done that. Like when I was younger, I sold Cutco. I sold Mary Kay. All the things. There's just something about the entrepreneur spirit that you will kind of try again. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the thing you are currently doing, are you willing to shift? So how flexible are you? Can you touch your toes? But then there's also a downside to flexibility. Hi, Debbie. And the downside to flexibility is you may shift too quickly to not give enough time for your thing to stick. Because things don't happen overnight. And I hear this all the time. I hear that someone is like, yeah, I had this new idea. I tried it for a month, maybe even 6 months. But it doesn't seem like it's working, so I'm going to do something else. That can be a mistake too. So I see this going both ways. I have had clients, and people like to call it shiny ball syndrome, right? And they jump and jump and jump and jump and jump from thing to thing, never fully analyzing what happened. They go with their feelings, what they think is going on. And sometimes when I come in and I take a look at those stats after the fact, I'm like, I see you did this thing. It got really good results. Why did you stop? Oh, it didn't seem like it was doing anything. You shouldn't have stopped. So, how flexible are you? Can you touch your toes? Can you bend over so far that your elbows are past your feet? As a person, not having any flexibility is not great. So if you don't bother to move and you're stuck at your desk all the time, I don't know who else identifies with this, you will eventually not be able to do things like tie your shoelaces. Coming from the medical field, I can tell you that as people start to age, they get to the point that they can't do those things. But it also works the other way. There are conditions where your tendons are so loose that if you can actually overstretch your body and ruin your joints. If you just don't have those conditions and you stretch too far, you can hurt yourself, especially as you get older. And it is the same thing in your business. And finding that middle ground where you're just flexible enough can be hard for us. So guys, that's what I want you to think about today. I want you to think to yourself, where am I at? Am I shifting too fast? Am I refusing to shift? Because the money, the profit, if what you want is a business, you have to have money coming in. And it is going to be hiding behind the thing you're unwilling to do. Whether that is actually determine if something is working or shifting to something else. If you want more help with this, these are the types of things that we discuss in my membership, the Entrepreneur Empire. We do 4 Q&A calls a month, which means you can come on and ask your questions about anything, not just about YouTube. I have been in this game for a long time, and I have literally seen the analytics behind thousands of businesses. I know what I'm talking about, and I would love to help you. This is also a place where instead of just being names on a screen, you can actually get to know people, and they will all support you and come behind you. This is what the Entrepreneur Empire is all about, and I would love to have you join us so that you can figure out where you sit in your flexibility, and we can start getting you profitable. Guys, that's all I have for you. Just a quick reminder, the November the 8th is my birthday. It is also my biggest sale of the year. There will be more details to come, but if you have any interest in working with me and actually getting my help in a more one-on-one group kind of setting, you're going to want to be there because it is the lowest prices for everything I offer every year. That's November the 8th. We are also in the middle of the Invisible to Video Challenge, where I will help you understand these 6 pieces that you need when you're making video and get more comfortable on camera. So go check out the guides here in the group and you can get that information. If you are not a member of the MS Bizzers and you are seeing this video somewhere else, you are missing out. Go to facebook.com/groups/MSBizzers. Guys, I am so glad that we get to live our dreams together every single day, and I cannot wait to help you reach your people, teach them, and close the sale. Bye. Have a great day.